Hi, I'm Suzy Fleming Leonard, and welcome to Today in Brevard Entertainment. We're coming to you today from the beautiful Ruth Funk Center for Textile Arts on the Florida Tech campus. This is a brand new museum. It's going to be opening this weekend. And a little later in the show, we're going to introduce you to the woman who made it all possible. We're also going to take you on a trip to Beef O'Brady's just in time for football season. And we're going to talk to some of the Florida Tech students and find out what they're doing this weekend. But right now, let's check in with Jennifer Sangalang. She's the editor of our Metro Mix Entertainment site, and she knows what's going on. That's all where all the fun is.
How's it going, Suzy?
You know, I'm falling in love with this campus. This is a gorgeous campus.
Oh, the scenery is great, the landscaping.
The students are a lot of fun. We've just had a good time being out here today.
Yeah, we've had students from the Bahamas, from Buffalo, New York.
Then we're going to introduce you to some of those a little bit later. But right now, Jennifer, tell us what the Zap Squad has been up to.
Well, last week we went to Kelly's Irish Pub with the Molly Roger Roller Girls for their Beer Olympics. It was a great time, as you can see from these photos. There was a toga fashion show. It was a lot of bed sheets and stuff.
It does look like they had a lot of fun, and you got to love those roller girls.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta love them.
They're crazy. They're great. We also went to Camp Holly, and we tried the gator tail and the frog legs, and that's in Melbourne.
I guess, you know, if you want a taste of old Florida, it's not just in the food at Camp Holly, it's in the atmosphere too. It looks like it's an old Florida fish camp.
Yep.
It's a lot of fun.
A lot of airboat rides, and you can have a good time listening to music on the weekends, and it was fun, as you can see from these pictures too. You want to know what we're doing this weekend?
Sure. Where's the Zap Squad headed this weekend?
Well, we are going to Vapor Hookah Bar and Social Club in downtown Melbourne on Friday night.
You know, I keep hearing about this place, and I'm really intrigued by it, and I can't wait to see what the Zap Squad has to say.
Well, I think he's going to try some of the hookah flavors. They've got German chocolate cake, they've got vanilla, they've got orange dreamsicle, and they've got banana.
And all of these are calorie-free.
Something like that. It should be a really, really good time. We're also going to go to Vanity Vane's birthday bash at Emerald City in Melbourne. That's on Friday night.
You've got some tongue twisters on the Zap Squad this week.
I know. First Molly Roger Roller Girls, and now this one. But anyway, that one is at Friday. It's on it's at 11 o'clock on Friday night, and we went there a couple weeks ago, and we had a really good time, so we're going back.
Sounds like fun. And, you know, if you're not into clubbing this weekend, then the Gator Club, the local Gator Club, is going to be having their Gator Tail kickoff party at the Duran Golf Club, and that's going to be Saturday afternoon at 5:30. And since it's the start of football season, we sent Jennifer to Beef O'Brady's in Palm Bay, because what better place to watch football or basketball or any of your favorite sports than at one of the local Beef O'Brady's, and where you can watch the game, have a nice beer with friends.
We tried the wings, and they were excellent. They were very good.
Wings.
Yeah, we got all sorts of sauce on our fingers and stuff.
You gotta get sauce on your fingers when you have wings.
Yeah.
Well, let's check out the video.
All right. I'm Jennifer Sangalang with Metro Mix Brevard and Florida Today. We're here at the original Beef O'Brady's in Palm Bay. I'm here with Timmy Vee, part owner, and we're going to ask him some questions. So tell me what's on the menu here at Beef O'Brady's.
Well, the wings, obviously we have other stuff on the menu, but the wings seem to be what people come here for, especially during football season, and football season is upon us. And we got lots of wings. As you can see, we got wings right here. We got the teriyaki wings. We also have the chicken parmesan wings. My favorite, personally, is the teriyaki wings here. And as you can see, when people start eating wings at Beef O'Brady's, they start tearing into them. As we clean up a little bit, I mean, the wing juice flying everywhere. It should come off here. There we go. I think you got some on your side there, Jennifer. Get her, Jennifer, clean. We're putting Jennifer to work today. She's already clocked in, and she'll be working the night shift.
How does Beef O'Brady's support the local schools in the area?
Yes, Beef supports not only high schools, but any schools that are close to them with any fundraisers, really. We really help all that we can in this area, and even just regular softball teams, in leagues.
So you also have cornhole tournaments here, and I think you have live music on Friday and Saturday nights.
The cornhole thing is just out of control, and I'll give it 6 months to a year, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's going great. We have a huge tournament on Friday night. We get a lot of teams. It grows every week, and then we're thinking about doing the Saturday night thing, but we stay so busy on Saturdays with the UCF fights, the fight nights, what we call them, just huge in the Beef O'Brady's, and it's really big here. I mean, you can't get in the place.
Tell me what's on tap.
We don't carry a lot of beer on tap because it's just not as popular as the beers in the bottle. We have a lot more of those. I mean, if you can look, I mean, we have so many that if you look behind the bar, we have them all up there, so you can just point and choose. Give me the green one if you don't know the name or whatever. We do have happy hour at some point every day, and we also have happy hour with wings certain days during the week. One of our biggest things is kids' night, Tuesday night, and the kids eat free. You can't beat that. Bring the kids down. I think it's under 12. If it ain't, it is from now on. So, Jennifer, now that you've been to the greatest sports pub in Brevard County, are you ready for some football?
Bring it.
Then go deep.
Thanks, Timmy. Well, we had a great time here at Brevard's original Beef O'Brady's. I'm Jennifer Sangalang with Metromix Brevard and Florida Today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
I love how they have those little TVs at every table at Beef O'Brady's. I'm always tempted to change the channel and put it on a Lifetime television movie or something like that, but my husband always vetoes that plan. So we end up watching sports, which I guess is what you're supposed to watch when you're at Beef O'Brady's. Well, now we're in the beautiful botanical gardens at Florida Tech, and it's right next door to the Ruth Funk Center for Textile Arts, which, as we've told you earlier, is going to be opening this weekend. Arts writer Pam Harbaugh is going to take you on a tour of that, and when we come back, we'll meet Ruth Funk herself.
Something big is happening on the campus of Florida Tech. It's Saturday's grand opening of Brevard's newest museum, the Ruth Funk Center for Textile Arts.
It is crunch time. Well, this is just the exhibit part. There's a lot that goes into, selecting the lighting, choosing the mounts, getting the signage correct, getting the labels correct. So right now we're kind of we're doing everything in the first 3 days before the opening, and that's what we're working on now, just really getting everything. You know, the invitations have been sent out, the announcements. Now we just have to get ready for the performance, which is going to be like a theatrical production, I think.
While the museum is opening with a grand exhibition, Florida Tech has long been running the Uncommon Threads series of events and exhibitions related to textile arts.
I'm just delighted. It's been a dream come true. It's been wonderful to have it here, and I hope the community will enjoy it as well. Textiles, it has been recognized as an art form more and more the last few years, and I think also there are many places where textiles have been thrown away, have been ignored, have not been given the proper value, and so I felt we needed a way to conserve them and to use them as a teaching tool.
The main thing with textiles is they're just very difficult to display. It's not like a sculpture that you can put on a pedestal or a painting that you just hang on the wall on its frame. Really, you have to make mounts, and they have to be acid-free. You can't just display it by like draping it over a table or something. So, you want it to you want to show off every element of it. So that's why we need to take all these great pains just in the prep work before we can even mount the show.
Are you pleased with the way the museum looks?
Oh yes, I'll be more pleased when everything gets finished.
Hi, I'm here with Pam Harbaugh and Ruth Funk, who is the lady who made this whole museum possible.
Totally
And-
made this possible.
Ruth, I've been reading Pam's stories about this museum for years now, and it's just amazing to see it all coming together. How does that feel for you?
It's been like a dream come true. It's really been wonderful, and and it's come fairly quickly. We talked about it for a long time before it happened, and the college has been most interested in having it happen, and so without their help it could never have come to pass. But because they were interested in having more humanity courses, and textiles certainly could come under that title, they were very interested in having a textile center, and we worked from there with an academic program.
Your work is just beautiful, Ruth, and anyone who has ever seen any creations, wearable art by Ruth Funk, they always leave thinking, how could I possibly do that? You can't, because you need to be an artist, and you are an absolute artist. Can you tell us a little bit about what does it take to be a textile artist?
Well, it sort of evolved. I mean, if you had planned this, it never could have happened this way. But when I moved to Florida, I couldn't find any clothes that were comfortable. I hated the hot weather, and I'd go to the stores, and I couldn't find anything that fit me that was what I liked. So I decided to start sewing again, and I hadn't sewn for a long time. And so I decided I'd start sewing and making things that I could wear in this climate. And then it sort of evolved into coats. I discovered the square cut pattern, which is a pattern that they use all over the world. It's not for any special culture, but it's where you have very few seams and it just sort of hangs on you.
Well, tell us a little bit about the museum and about this weekend's festivities. There's going to be the grand opening.
Well, Friday night we're having the cutting of the cord and the opening of the museum, and then it will be open to the public on Saturday. It will be closed on Sundays and Mondays, but we do have student help to keep the place open, and we do have students working in ways to guide people through the museum so they can see this. The exhibition, the first exhibition are mostly pieces from my costumes, and I think they're about 20 or 22 pieces.
And of course, the name of that is Coat Couture, from inspiration to creation. Correct. And I think that she's talking a lot about you when Carla Funk, who is no relation to Ruth Funk, but anyway, she came up with that. And what do you think of that title? What does that say to you?
Well, I think it's a very good title. Couture means that it's a lot of handmade pieces and one of a kind in many cases when you refer to the French couture. And I hand finish all of my garments, and I use machine stitching, of course, for the main seams and stuff, but the finishing is all done by hand, and I think that's where the title perhaps can fit in very well.
And this is really timely because I heard just last week, I think it was on NPR, that President Obama's mother was a textile collector.
She collected batiks, and they're traveling, and they're going to be at the Textile Museum in Washington, D.C. And one reason textiles are not embraced by regular museums is because they're very difficult to handle. You have to freeze a piece before you can put it into storage to be sure everything is killed within the fibers, and you have to have special kind of storage with special climate controls and things like that, and many museums just don't have the money, or they don't want to fool with it,
Of course, one of the most important people in textile art is Jack Lenore Larson, correct? And he came here for was it the first Uncommon Threads?
Right, kickoff, yeah.
And of course, there was one other item that Mr. Larson did, and that was a foreword to your book.
Right.
And Suzy's holding the book here. It's called
Cloth and Culture, Couture Creations by Ruth Funk. We sort of labored over that title. Not the cloth and culture so much, but Jack felt it should say Couture Creations, so that's how we came about with that.
I do have to ask you one other thing. You were telling us earlier, and I want you to tell all of our viewers about the coffee shop that's going to...
Oh, we're going to have the library has been given money by Barnes & Noble, and they're going to have a coffee shop in the lower corner of the library, and there will be a patio between the library building and the textile museum so that the students can enjoy coffee and sit in the patio and have umbrella tables and what have you. So it's going to be a real nice addition.
This is going to be a real destination place for Brevard County. Well, Ruth and Pam, thank you so much for joining us. I can't wait to see all of this come to be. It's just going to be a great, like I said, a great thing for Brevard County and for Florida Tech.
Thank you very much. It's been very nice for you to do this for us, and we appreciate it.
And now, while we're on the campus of Florida Tech, Jennifer and I decided it would be a lot of fun to go out and meet some of the students here. And so we spent a few minutes out by the student union talking to some of the Florida Tech students about what they have planned for this weekend.
I'm Jennifer Sangalang with Florida Today, and today we're at Florida Tech, and we're just hanging out, seeing what kids are doing, seeing what they're doing for this weekend. I'm here with Aaron. Aaron, what are your plans for this weekend?
Probably just head out to the beach, catch some waves, enjoy some sun.
And Josh? So what are your plans this weekend?
Well, right now we're doing some fraternity recruitment on campus. We got all sorts of different events going on, so we're hitting that hard this week, bringing some of the new freshmen out, showing them a good time, in about Melbourne, downtown, the beach. We could be anywhere.
So tell me a little bit about your fraternity.
Well, we're the Chi Phi fraternity. We've been around in existence since 1824. We started on campus in 1968, and we're looking to build men into better leaders. So,
So John, tell me, what are your plans for this weekend?
I'll probably be at the beach with Aaron for a while and in my pool barbecuing.
Speaking of barbecue, tell me what you got going on over there.
Well, today we're doing basically just a free barbecue for everyone on campus that wants to stop by, grab some food, talk to us, hang around, and just trying to help campus out.
We got an international student with us. We're here with Kanisha at FIT. So tell me, what are your plans this weekend?
Well, studying, I guess, and that's basically it because I don't have like a social life like that. So I just usually do a study or maybe go out, find something to eat, go to the mall, just go out and just have some fun.
Oren, tell me, what are your plans this weekend?
Well, the weekends here, I've only had one weekend here because I'm a freshman, but Saturday is whatever. Last Saturday we did community service because it's partly required for our university experience class. Me and Dante both went to help out in an animal shelter, and we would repair cages and clean them. And then Sunday, pretty much the whole day was just in dorm studying, doing online homework because the workload here it'll make a man out of you.
Being on a college campus in the fall really makes me nostalgic, even if it's a Florida fall where there's lots of sunshine and palm trees. That's all we have time for today. We hope you enjoyed our show. As always, if you want more information about what we talked about today and other things going on in Brevard County, you can go to floridatoday.com, brevard.metromix.com, or you can pick up a copy of tomorrow's TGIF Entertainment section. We're going to leave you now with some samples from our 90 Seconds to Fame short video contest. Remember, voting in this round of the contest goes on until noon on Monday, so go to floridatoday.com and cast your vote. You can also see the full videos there. From all of us at Florida Today and Today in Brevard, have a great weekend.
This is Chris Kryler with Florida Today with an update on our 90 Seconds to Fame short film contest. Readers have voted and narrowed down their popular choices to 3 films in each category: comedy, drama, and documentary home movie. In comedy, Eileen's Wild Ride by Morgan Filto of Cape Canaveral tells the tale of an alien whose texting interferes with driving her spaceship. Someone Wicked by Steve Bierce of Merritt Island is about a punk's confrontation with a mysterious old lady. And Witching by Krista Beck of Melbourne Beach shows a witch taking control of a victim through his Nintendo Wii character.
I've got you, my pretty.
In drama, The Faceless Man by Sean B. Lucas of West Melbourne is a trailer for a novel about one man's journey to save as many artists as he can. Paranoia by Julian Maldonado of Palm Bay shows solitude can play tricks on a man who is left alone.
What are you talking about? I made you what you asked me to make you for breakfast. I always do that. What, you can't say thank you?
And An Unguarded Moment by Satellite High grad Ralph Brescia of Brooklyn, New York, is about a woman reflecting upon her life amid tragic events. In the documentary home movie category, 3 finalists are A Pleasant Pheasant Experience by Jerry D. Preston of Melbourne, in which the filmmaker trains wild pheasants in Denmark to eat from his hand. Rockford's Day by Kirk Mitchell of Cocoa Beach is about a day in the life of Rockford the bobcat. And Torn by John Mark McElhenney of Melbourne looks at the work of collage artist Derek Gores and custom framer Jody Carter. Judges will be looking at all of the entries this week as they make their choices for the top films in 90 Seconds to Fame, and the winners will appear in the Melbourne Independent Filmmakers Festival this November. For now, go online to floridatoday.com/film contest to see the movies and cast your vote.
you.